So I'm making lamb stew.
Okay. Let's run through it.
Yeah, so onions, big part. I love onions with meat. Cut up a whole red onion, 3 carrots.
Okay.
I also have the parsnips. If I didn't do parsnips, I do more carrots, but I really like parsnips with the lamb. And here I've really finely chopped up some sage and oregano, garlic, kale, like a little green. I put the kale in it towards the end. You have to get the celery in there in a stew. Sure. You know, that's like mandatory, right? And mushrooms. These are chanterelles.
Chanterelles, neat.
Yeah, just a little bit of mushrooms. Yeah, it's a little earthiness to it. And the lamb I cut up into like 1-inch cubes. This is a leg of lamb. That is my preferred
What's
meat
the name of your lamb?
And then I have spices that I tend to grind my spices myself. I took a whole nut of nutmeg, cardamom, white pepper, and star anise, in addition to cinnamon and coriander.
And so we're going to blend those up. Is that what you're planning on doing?
And that's what I'm planning on doing.
And your high-tech method over there with the
super
coffee?
super fancy.
Awesome.
Spice grinder. So I do pre-grind the nutmeg just slightly.
Okay.
Activate this here.
What's neat about grinding all your own stuff too is just the smell of all of it.
Absolutely. Mine is not that complex.
Right.
You know, this is all stuff I can find. You know, maybe the most exotic thing is the star anise.
It is, yeah, but you can find that at the store too.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this you can find regular anise or fennel, right? You know, so but the star anise has a little bit different flavor to it. The cardamom, I use green cardamom. I don't know why I use green cardamom, but I do.
Okay.
It's the one I like. So I'm gonna grind all these guys up right now.
Wow, you're really good with that grinder.
I know. Okay. I didn't have all my spices ground this way.
Okay.
So I am going to use some bottled spices. I know. So I add coriander, cumin, cinnamon.
If you can't grind your own stuff, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. It's still good ingredients, and you're still cooking.
I am going to add the other spices into the spice grinder just to get everything all together, rather than blending it all by hand. It's just a little bit faster that way. Cumin, this is, again, the cinnamon, little coriander too.
And you notice his perfect measuring techniques here,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, some things you don't want to overdo, like your cayenne over there. You know, you're not going to throw a bunch of cayenne in and expect it to be, you know, what you want.
So that's the finished spice rub there.
Spread it around.
Spread it around.
Nice and happy.
I'm gonna grind in my salt now. You know, the best way to do this is by hand, obviously.
Of course.
Right? Spice gets rubbed in, it's covering all the area of the meat. It's a pretty well covered piece. You know, you see all the flakes everywhere.
Yeah, right.
That is going to be a good piece in the stew.
At least that piece right there.
This one for sure.
That one for sure. We're going to start sticking some stuff on this big bad boy.
Well, first is the lentils.
The lentils go first.
Yeah. Okay. This just goes on to a simmer or medium heat. First thing we're going to do, pop a little butter into the pan.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Not a lot.
I'm looking for my red onions.
There you go.
All diced up like we had talked about earlier. Just dump them on in. I also add the garlic.
Garlic at the same time.
Yeah, so that way the meat definitely picks it up. So the next thing I'm gonna add in, so remember this is the sage and oregano that I diced up. Just like doing 1 pinch of it right now.
Okay.
So next is the main deal.
The main lamb
Lamb going in.
Oh, the lamb, please don't put me in there.
Herbs right on top of that. I'm keeping the heat high in the beginning here because I want to sear the outside of the meat, which also means I need to turn it a lot. So that's looking pretty good. You can see really how the sears on, you know, there's still a few rare pieces. I'm not going to get every surface covered, right? Turn down the heat, medium low now.
Okay.
First thing is going in is the mushrooms.
Mushies. Wife doesn't like them.
That's right. Shh. Again, they like a little bit of a sear too. They're going to break apart.
They're going to get really soft.
They're going to almost disappear.
Disintegrate, yeah.
And now, you know, it's your order, your choice. I'm going with the carrots.
You're the man.
Parsnips next.
There you go, snippety snaps.
Now, see, there's some big ones in there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You might want to cut those in half. It's up to you. They're going to fall apart with my fork. I'm going to be able to break them easy with my fork when I go to eat it. And now we have the celery. So I'm reserving the kale. I'm not adding that for a while yet.
For a while, yeah.
It's just not as hearty as the other things. It'll disappear.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do the broth.
Oh, okay.
Pre-done broth.
So you the chicken or you?
No, I'm using a vegetable.
A vegetable broth.
So this is the equivalent of 4 cups. I'm also going to add in the juice of 2 lemons.
2 whole lemons.
Yeah, 2 whole lemons. You know, it's a good flavor.
So you just stir it up and then you're going to let it sit, right?
Now I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to actually turn the heat up a little bit now that the liquid's in there because I want it to break down the carrots and the parsnips a little bit. I'm going to check in on the lentils too.
Yeah, they're like right at that stage, right?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay, and then those are gonna go in here.
Right in here.
So with the water, are you gonna strain it, or how's that?
No, I'm just gonna put them in straight.
Nice.
So we're gonna stick this on simmer, see what's going on.
Look at that lamb, look at that carrot.
In goes the kale.
Stir that guy in a little bit.
Exactly. I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit. It was on that low simmer.
It's a little hot. I'm gonna wait a second.
Obviously at a restaurant, you might not rinse it.
Wow.
Taste the
You can
lentil in there.
I taste the sage, and I can taste all your spices you put in there. Wait until we actually eat the meat. That's when it's gonna be really good.
That's right.
So I'm gonna try this food now. Do you like your dad's food? Normally?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
You like the broth?
And the lamb. Those are my favorite. And
That's
the
your
lentils.
favorite. Sure, I'll have some. If you're
Okay.
serving it up, you know.
I know you've been sampling, Jason. So
I know I
you
have been. I like seeing the reactions here. Yeah?
It's good.
It's a simple, easy dish to make. It wasn't difficult at all. Put it in a pot and you let it sit for several hours. Fortunately, you've got a big pot of it. You can eat it all week, right? Hey, thanks for watching. You like our videos? Well, then do me a favor and subscribe, because then we can update you on what's going on. You'll also know when we're giving away really cool stuff, which happens all the time. So make sure you subscribe and we'll be in touch.